Actions speak louder than words. The actions that you take where your CRM can help you recall certain things can really build trust and loyalty with your clients.
Welcome to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa, brought to you by Elite Consulting Partners. It's the only podcast offering unfiltered guidance and a direct advice for all things concerning financial advisors, RIAs, and the practitioners in the wealth management business. And now, welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. I am Stacey Frank, the Executive Vice President of Sales of Elite Consulting Partners, and to my left is
Cheema, Chief Information Officer at Elite and JEDI Database Solutions.
We are really happy to be back once again, and as always, appreciate your listening and appreciate all of the great feedback and questions that we get after our podcast. We hope that this adds value to you, your practice, your clients, and the vision that you have for the future.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a real brief one, so stay tuned and focus on some key points that we want to make here that we think is really going to be impactful, something for you to really think about. So what we're going to talk about today is how financial advisors and RIAs can utilize their CRM to build loyalty. Mm-hmm. And I said to Sue, I said, gosh, our listeners are going to think CRMs, database, and loyalty, like what do the two even have to do with each other?
A lot.
But I think we believe pretty strongly that there is a real connection. And really, what does your CRM say about you and the way that you run your business? So why don't we just take a step back, Sue, and maybe just at a high level, what is this CRM and loyalty and building loyalty? How are the two even connected?
So CRM, because it houses your client prospect, all the information, essentially could outline any professionalism or follow-ups or task management. So it kind of speaks to how you're managing your firm, right? So if you're on a prospect call and you're like, I'm going to follow up in the next day or two, and boom, life happens and you're not doing so, right? Like it kind of, if you had a CRM that could automate that, it's like it supports that brand mission, your brand in a more professional way. So I think that's the way CRM supports what you're saying to your clients and what you're hoping and how to deliver on what you're saying to your clients.
Yeah, and I think it goes to the point of really with any business,
right,
or any relationship, because let's face it, a business is a relationship with your staff and your clients. So actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely.
So if your CRM can help you keep track of really pertinent client information that may seem minuscule, data about your clients' families or data about life, milestone events that are happening with your clients, or
right,
a follow-up that maybe you need to do on an account or something like that, that your CRM and the actions that you take,
yes,
so that's the key.
Yep.
Actions speak louder than words. The actions that you take where your CRM can help you recall certain things can really build trust and loyalty with your clients.
Yeah, I have actually a story that kind of ties this. I had a client years ago that was doing broad email outreach, and they wanted it to look personal. So the idea, the way we leveraged the CRM to make it personal was to create like a custom field within their CRM whereby someone or somehow through automation or workflows, we would leverage their most recent conversation, right? Which would be like, Stacey, you're going on vacation, or Stacey, there's a life event happening. Your kid is graduating, or you're giving birth, or you're changing jobs, or whatever that life event is. And we would use that personal custom field into the email outreach. They would be, "Hi, Stacey," and it would be like, "Last we spoke, you were going on vacation," or "this life event was happening," and then the template, which is like, "By the way, your performance, your portfolio performance is up 10%, lucky day," right? And keep in touch, blah blah blah, right? So this is where like the CRM could really speak to your brand and deliver on that brand, which is that, the client relationship.
Yeah, because let's face it, what do clients remember about someone that is they have a strong relationship with, especially
Right.
with their accounts, with their livelihood, with their legacy that they're building financially. That who do people want to work with? They want to work with people that they know, like, and trust. And if you can
Yes.
utilize your CRM and someone like Sue's expertise to help you build that deepening relationship, we actually just talked about this in our meeting.
Yes.
Then we believe that exceptional growth can occur. Deeper relationships with your clients can occur. Therefore,
Right.
referrals can come from that. So maybe talk about that as well.
The trust component, right? Like if you're sending an outreach and let's say your date of birth is inaccurate in your CRM and you're kind of acting upon it, which is like the client looks at it and it's like, "Oh, but we talked about it 5 times and how come this hasn't happened," right? So it kind of it is an adverse impact on the relationship and the trust that you're trying to build with the client. And it kind of goes with everything. Like if you have the best restaurant picked out for the client, you store it in your CRM, or their favorite team and you send them tickets and they're like, "Oh, that's really not my favorite team. I'll, send it off." So that soft skills that any relationship to your point requires, if you're able to store that within your database, in your CRM, and really use that to act in a systematic way, it really reinforces that deepening of that relationship, I think.
Yeah. So if I was to bring, and Sue and I work together very closely with a multitude of independent practices and RIAs, and we're just having a lot of fun with this because there really is a deep need.
Yeah.
So if I was to refer you an RIA client that wanted to really leverage their CRM in a better way, to deepen relationships, to build more effective processes, what can our listeners expect? Like what kinds of questions might you ask of them? Just let's brainstorm here.
Yeah. So 2 things actually come to mind when you ask me that question. I often talk about the CRM strategy, right? It has to start with what's in your CRM, like the data that you're storing.
What are the fields?
What are
right?
the fields? What are the
using?
KPIs? What are you adding to create that depth with your clients besides the KYC information, right? So it goes from data to integration, because then it pulls in more information, whether you are integrating your emails, whether you're integrating your custodial data. Then you can go into automation, because the automation could leverage some of the integration and the core information that you have just based on, when you speak to the client. And then you go into analysis, which is that action, like data-driven action or insights that really the CRM or any database can provide. So I really think that, and to your point, Stacey, or to your question, what can advisors expect when we start our intro call? So intro call is really kind of gauging like, where are you at with your tech stack? What are your needs? What are your pain points? What your success criteria? The second, discovery or reverse demo, however you want to do it, if you're comfortable kind of showing us what your internal processes look like. We take a peek at your processes. The second is we create a curated proposal, right, to what your needs are. And then once you sign, we execute on that agreement or that strategy.
Yeah, so I think the end result is helping our advisor clients and RIAs help to deepen the relationship that they have with their clients from a data perspective.
Yes.
So when we talk about CRMs and relationships and CRMs and loyalty, we're connecting data and feelings.
Correct.
Right? And that is the crux of with any business, not just in financial services.
Right.
But I think what's unique about us is that we're truly taking that consultative approach treating every client's data
Yeah.
and the initial conversation that you're having with them as unique. So although we're making some suggestions here at a high level,
Right.
that when it's your turn, and we hope that it will be your turn soon, to
Right.
reach out to us or Sue, to
Both of
really take a look at what
Yeah.
you're utilizing today. And not all systems are created equal,
Right.
whether it's Redtail or Wealthbox or Salesforce or HubSpot.
Any of those.
Any of those.
Right.
But Sue can really take and help you make a custom plan for
Yeah.
how to strengthen the relationship with your clients. I think that's the message here.
Stacey, I'm smiling because
Love it.
I rewatched Devil Wears Prada, and here's where the correlation is. In the movie, you see Meryl Streep kind of like going into this meeting, right, where there are all these like brand ambassadors or whatever, right? And she has her assistant kind of, whispering in her ear the relevance of each person. And if you really think about it, that's your CRM. Right? It's giving you that insight that you need to appear as if you know the person and you know everything about them. And that's kind of like a cool thing that just popped in my head.
No, I love it. And that's a great point. And this is going to just be a brief episode here. But I think what all of this does, especially when it comes time for referrals, because like we said before, clients remember how you made them feel and they want to work with advisors that they know, like, and trust. So what this is doing is really helping you, the financial advisor, build your reputation.
Correct.
Because if you made one person feel like they can trust you and that you're accountable and that you're loyal and all these feelings that we're attaching to your database,
That you matter.
Yes. Then, your reputation, your trust factor within the community, hence a growing practice, more client referrals is evident, right?
Yeah. So, essentially it's an extension of your brand, the CRM, right? Like all the information that your brand puts out, you deliver on it through your CRM.
I never really thought about it that way. And my guess is, actually, I know when we have these conversations together with potential JEDI clients, a lot of it is, this seems so straightforward and simple. I never thought about it this way.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to accomplish, is to really help you utilize your data more efficiently, building systems and processes, but also strengthening the relationship that you have with your existing and prospective clients.
Absolutely.
Building that brand trust, better processes,
Helping you grow,
reputation, all those things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which ultimately leads to growth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True systems.
Exactly. So anyway, we hope this was useful. It was intended to be kept at a high level and just kind of touch on maybe some things that you didn't think about before that utilizing JEDI and Sue's expertise could really bring to your practice. So what we'd ask is that reach out to us. And how can you reach Sue directly?
My email is sue@eliteconsultingpartners.com. Sorry, I have to think about it for a second.
And what's your phone number?
It's 516-724-6372.
And as always, I am Stacey Frank. My email is Stacey@eliteconsultingpartners.com. Stacey, don't forget the E. Or directly at 856-816-6322. Again, we appreciate the listening, the feedback, the questions, and the opportunity to help you achieve your goals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. If you're looking for more advice or solutions on any topics relating to the financial services industry, or just want to subscribe to our podcast, head on over to eliteconsultingpartners.com/podcast.